Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Oh, baby! That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. The Miami Dolphins, you know, that first moment was not good. Through a really ugly interception. It looked like, you know what he looked like? He looked like when I wake up in the morning and I have a problem to just maybe stretch just my leg out a second. You know what I'm saying? Like if I take too far of a step, I'm like, yo, I'm too creaky at that moment. It looked like he had not stretched, did anything. And, and then the beauty of this performance today is that it started with a negative. And you know what I kind of love about this is it's a little bit of a lesson for all of you out there. Okay? Last year they had a ton of injuries, they fought through them and still got to the playoffs. And they had injuries that would cripple most teams, to be quite honest. And the media and certain fans, certain part of our fan base, right? And I get some of you are jaded, you've been beaten down, but there's a negative core of you there that the second one, oh my God, Tua threw a couple of interceptions in practice. Oh, the world is coming to an end. And there he goes. He's a freaking surgeon downfield. Pop, 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 pop. And by the way, Skylar Thompson, young man, that is a grown-up performance today by Skylar Thompson. He looked large and in charge. I just want you to know that, okay? Large and in charge. Love what I saw from Skylar Thompson. He looked confident. He knew the offense. He knew where the hell he was going. Was he perfect? Of course not. But overall, wow, man, I thought he made some really nice throws, clutch throws. I mean, you think about it. On that second drive, they converted 3 third/4th downs on that one. A 3rd and 12, right? Skylar to Hill, which Julian Hill kid is kind of interesting, right? The 3rd and 14, A-chain, right? And then the 4th and 2, Skylar gets Cedric Wilson for 13 yards. And Cedric, by the way, got showcased pretty well today for a possible trade. But overall, Skylar Thompson, my man, was in charge, dude. The 3rd and 11 on the 3rd touchdown drive where he hits Berrios for the 18-yard touchdown. I mean, he just looked really comfortable today. I was really, really impressed with Skylar, where when we talk about Mike White being the second, whoa. As Lee Corso would say, not so fast, my friend. Skylar Thompson's got something to say about being the number 2 quarterback here for the Miami Dolphins. This was a nice domination and a lesson because it started with, a terrible play, an interception. And the defense, by the way, did a great job of making sure that they didn't pay a price for that interception. And that was really cool. And then Tua came back strong and we didn't need to see any more. We moved on. How about the offensive line? They form all this hell, media rights, fans are jumping off buildings, this, that. The offensive line did a good job, dude. They did a good job. All the quarterbacks had time. Nobody was running for their lives. The running lanes were there. They ran well. Even the Chris Brooks kid, man, did they find a little something there? But what I love about starting with the turnover, okay, is that it sends a message. Stop. When the Armstead thing happens, you're thinking it goes all the way to the extreme of fire Chris Greer. That's how stupid people are. A guy that's built the best team we have here since the early 90s, And if they perform like what they are on paper, we're going to start comparing this team to the 80s. Let's get that straight. But for now, 90s for sure. This is the best roster since the early 90s. Take it from somebody that has been on this beat for 33 years, okay, and following the Dolphins for 50 years. All right. This is their best team since the early 90s. And everybody's thinking like it's the worst thing in the world. The offensive line performs. The quarterbacks are deep, dude. You know, Skyler looks good. He looks more comfortable now than he did last year. So he's making progress now. So that by the way, Tua took a couple hits. That was also good too, you know, in the process. So that kind of, you know, those kind of things worked out. But okay, was the special teams great? No. Were they perfect? Are they a finished product? No. Is Houston a great team? No. I get all of that. Is it preseason? Yes. But everybody's ready to pounce on the negativity. So screw you. I'm going to ride all the positivity. And I think this team had a great offseason. I think Mike McDaniel's the right coach. I think you added a world-class defensive coordinator to this team. I think there's a bunch of young guys. And now you start looking around, Peely's going to make this team. And then you look at the Julian Hill tight end. You look at the Chris Brooks kid at running back. You start looking at some of these cats and you start saying, well, wait a minute, man. There's some of these other guys that you might say they might make the team here. You know, a Goudet, another guy that you're like, hey, you know, because they're really good at finding undrafted guys too that could actually help out this team. The line, they sat a couple of guys. Those guys did all right today. I know one guy, Robert Jones, got banged up, right? But I mean, overall, the line did good even without Robert Jones. It wasn't like they were struggling. It wasn't like they were giving up a bunch of pressures or anything like that, which you and I know what happened the first 2 years under Bobo here, Bobo Flo, that couldn't fix an offensive staff if his life depended on it. And it was a sieve, the damn line. The line did well. So, you know, they want to write your obituary so quickly. And I'm trying to tell you guys constantly to stop listening to these people. This is how they get clicks. This is how they get views. They want to be negative because negativity sells in our society in every walk of life. Doesn't matter. Negativity. That's what sells because it gets people all worked up. And you know what I'm worked up about? I'm worked up that the Miami Dolphins look freaking good. They looked well coached. They looked deep. They looked sharp today. You know, is Noah still Noah? Yes. Noah is still Noah. By the way, the CJ Stroud kid, he's good, man. He's got something to him. There's no doubt. Jones got injured. A-Chain got banged up. I know that, unfortunately. He got carted to the locker room. Now, did we learn something from Teron Armstead? Let's not jump the gun. It might be a stinger. That's all it is. There's no reason to push him. They're not going to push him. So don't take it serious. It all could be precautionary. Just like when you watch Teron in a boot, he can walk without the boot, but why are they going to do that? So he's in super rehab mode right now. So they've got his shoe protected. They got his foot protected in that shoe. And then I'm sure when he gets off the field and he's relaxing, he is getting 24-hour treatment. Every time he's got his leg up, he's got some contraptions that are connected to it and, sending those stupid pulse and all that other crap to help it, heal and all that stuff. So a couple guys got banged up, but again, don't jump to conclusions. That's what they want you to do. They want you to panic. So then you have to, and there's nothing to be negative about here. And today was a terrific Connor Williams. We have learned something. Connor Williams is a guy that is very Wiz Khalifa of centers because he's high. Okay. We now have learned that Snoop Dogg is his favorite, artist. And we have learned now that Fast Times at Richmond High is his favorite movie. That's a little bit of an issue. Okay. You got to fine tune that. But overall, pretty damn good performance. You're not going to be perfect, but a performance that we have to say if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, you're extremely happy with this performance. And there was a lot of good things to like, man. Chris Brooks was something to like. Maybe somebody will buy Cedric Wilson. We're trying to sell you. Cedric, we got a Cedric for sale. Cedric for sale. Anybody want to buy a Cedric? We've got a Cedric. You got a backup center? We got a Cedric. By the way, does Connor Williams' agent take the Houston Texans tape to contract negotiations? You see, this is why we want a new deal and more money. Woo! Woo! You know, let me tell you something. There is an establishment here in South Florida, right? And they've got these delicious chicken fingers that I love of theirs, and they're called Zingers. I got to tell you, they should be the Connor Williams Zinger. I mean, right there. So, you know, I don't want to speak for the establishment. I don't know if you know the establishment I'm talking about, but Zingers and Connor Williams, right there. I got to tell you, there's a lot of angles with this Connor Williams thing. I'm just saying, does he have his mind on his money and his money on his mind? Is that what's going on here? Is that why he's not concentrating? What's going on, Connor Williams? Talk to me, baby. Talk to me. You're handling that football like a hot potato. Chosen. That drop on 2nd and 12. Across the middle. Can't do that, young man. Ball was on target. Nice one, Skyler. Skyler, large and in charge. Remember, you can make a donation to Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Let's see. Derek, no doubt. Gus 1388. Willie is in the house out in Colombia. Jay Gelfin is in. And by the way, Inter Miami tonight, 9 o'clock. They're going for the cup, baby. Let's go. Win it. Win it. Jim Gleason, I see there. The party's over. Jamesville, Devin Jordan, Corey P. Appreciate all of you out there. South Florida Don, Louis Medina, Bromar Smelly. Love you guys out there. Eros, Tom, Jason, Tripwire, Eric Rivera. Appreciate all of you out there, man. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate all of you out there, man. Thank you for tuning in. But again, just a performance. And by the way, Denzel Perriman getting the interception, at least with the UM connection. I'm happy for Denzel Perriman. He's made a nice career of himself, since he left the University of Miami. Good for him. But, listen, overall, I love that they overcame adversity, bad snaps, an interception, a couple penalties here, there. Overall, the defense played terrific. They put pressure. They limited those guys. I mean, like through 3 quarters, it was like 6 first downs or something stupid. It was just like ridiculous that these guys couldn't even move the ball. They looked it looked the head coach on the other side, D'Amico Ryans, looked like he was just absolutely baffled. He was befuddled. So great job by Mike McDaniel. Great job by Tua, showing that mental toughness that he has shown throughout his entire career, where you should never, ever question that man's character and that man's fight. And then the growth of Skylar Thompson. Wow, I love it. Offensive line performed well. Defense performed well. The running backs ran well. Let's hope that Robert Jones, bounces back quickly and he's all right. Let's hope that A-Chain is also all right. So, a couple of guys got banged up, but, overall, can't complain. Thank our friends at Cutter's Edge Pro, 954-472-0622. Call the best landscaping company in South Florida. Big-time Dolphins fan. William is a huge Dolphins fan. He's got like 6 season tickets. The entire family goes. They are awesome. They are big supporters of South Florida sports. So, support the great people that support and lift this platform to the next level. So we appreciate all of you out there. We are out of here. We'll see you tonight after Inter Miami defeats Nashville. Love what I saw from the Dolphins. Go Fins.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.